to SeaWorld Orlando for 2 hours. We had a little time before our flight, so we decided to hit SeaWorld. I have a pass. I have the SeaWorld, or what is it now? Parks, United Parks and Entertainment pass. And dude, the perks for that, the big dog pass that they have are insane. It's like I could park for free and I could get my girlfriend in for free. That's incredible. So we're gonna go hit SeaWorld for a couple hours before our flight. Woke up in the morning, checked out of our hotel, hit Waffle House. Waffle House is awesome. It's like I don't know. Waffle House is great. It's like it's cheap and reliable and open 24/7. Like West Coast could not handle, like California could not handle Waffle House. Way too many bad things would be happening at Waffle House. Like they can't handle it. Rolled up to the park. I've been here one time before. I got to do all the major coasters except Atlantis, and it was cool. It was fun. I'm looking forward to getting back on some stuff. I knew I wasn't going to have time to do all the coasters, so I really wanted to prioritize like Mako. Like I'm getting on Mako at least like once. Like I don't know what the crowds are going to look like on this day, but like I'm getting on Mako once. If I do Mako once, I will be a happy boy. I really wanted to do Mako once, and if I could do Kraken, that would be sick. And then I gotta hit Manta because my girlfriend Erin Time, she last time Manta like broke her brain, and it was hilarious. So we gotta do it again. And then anything else would just be a plus. Like probably Icebreaker would be the next one that I would want to do. Maybe Pipeline. Like I don't want to do Pipeline, but I want to do it again because I'm curious because I didn't like it last time. But I'm open to it, you know. Yeah, rolled up to the park. I immediately back to Mako. Erin wasn't feeling any coasters at the moment. We had a long night the night before, and this is like the final thing after multiple days in a row at parks. So she just went over to go see all the little fishies. Yeah, I went right back to Mako, and dude, it was crazy. So like the front, it was advertised as a 40-minute wait, but it was a station wait. It was on one train, but like fucking station wait. Also, like I'm a single rider. Like I can shimmy my way in somewhere here. Got in line for the back because it was like pretty much the shortest, and I saw the next group of people was a group of 2, and all the groups behind them were like groups of 3 or more. So I was kind of like, hey guys, can I fucking get in there please? And they were like, yeah, of course, no problem. And I was like, thank you guys, I love you. So slipped right into a back row on Mako. I was excited for Mako. Last time I loved it a lot. It was really fun. Dude, this fucking ride I had on Mako in the back row, it blew me away. It was way better than I remembered it. I don't even know why or what I was expecting or what the hell. I don't know, but it was amazing, dude. It fucking yanked down the drop. Oh yeah, one thing I gotta mention. I was on minimum verify with the restraint, and it was terrifying, but it was amazing, dude. Flying out of my seat down that drop, yanked over in the back row. And that like turn after the first drop, like you like go up and turn to the left, dude, even like getting yanked down that, it was a crazy feeling. Like the laterals when you're so open like that. Like I wasn't doing full starfish because I got like there's people next to me, but I'd like hands up and feet forward, and you're just flying through the air. And that turn, dude, you like see the ground and the water. It was incredible. And then you have the fucking 5-second airtime hill. You go over this thing and you're floating, dude. Like Float On by Modest Mouse. I don't really like that song, but that's what you're doing on Mako, and it's fucking awesome. You can even see me right here almost grab onto my restraint because I was like kind of fucking scared because I was floating so far up into the air. But yeah, it's so sick. You're like flying out of your seat for 1 million years. And then you slam back down. You do a little right, left, and the little turnaround is cool, and then more airtime. The trim hit, but like I don't give a shit. I'm still flying out of my seat and having the best time of my life. Dude, I can't even describe, like I keep saying I'm having fun on this ride, but like I can't even describe, like I don't even know how to convey how much fun I was actually having. Like it was amazing, dude. Also butter smooth, unbelievably smooth. What happened to B&M, guys? Another airtime hill. little turn to the right, and then the speed hill, dude. The speed hill kicks so much ass. Up into the mid-course, sick airtime into the mid-course too. And you dive down another airtime hill. And then this little ending, like people usually say the ending sucks and it's boring and it's dog shit, but like my brother in Christ, it's fun, okay? It's twisty. And like in the back row, like especially on the outer seats, you're like flying to the right, and it kind of feels like you could fall out almost because you're so like banked so far to the right and you're not going that fast. So you like bank really hard to the left, which is cool. You go through like the shipwreck thing over the water, very cool. Up into the brake run, dude. Mako, man, it blew me away. It was so like I remembered it being awesome, but it somehow surpassed what I remembered, and it was so good. It was so good, dude. Okay, I was gonna go back around and get a front row, but dude, I spied with my little eye an open seat in the front row, and the gates closed on the other side. So I asked the people in the front row, I was like, yo, is it cool if I ride with you guys? And then I asked the ride operator, I was like, yo, is it cool if I take that seat? And all of them said yes. And I did it. A front row ride, dude, back to back row and front row shit on Mako. Let's go. Front row. Okay. Back row is king. Back row is king on Mako. Absolutely. But that front row ride, dude, the wind and the free. You're free, dude. You're just fucking flying through the air. Also, like, you're getting pushed into those airtime hills. So, like, the first half of all those hills is crazy, dude. Flying out of your seat, crazy style. Like, you know when they say, like she bounce on it crazy style? Like, you're flying into these hills out of your seat, crazy style. Mako, more like this roller coaster will make me go poo-poo everywhere because the airtime is so insane. I had the time of my life. Those 2 rides on Mako, this is a dream come true, but it's real, and it's true and real, and I'm living it, and it's awesome. I love you, Mako. I love you, B&M, for making a sick-ass hyper, dude. Again, so smooth. Zero rattle, like one of the smoothest coasters I've ever done in my life, and it's 10 years old now. I could ride Mako all day. Like, I could probably ride Mako for 8 hours straight, and it would not get old, and it's not too intense. You know, it's like chill. It's like okay, it's like big and fast and shit, and like the airtime's like kind of fucked, but like it's like not like, I don't know, it's not like an RMC coaster where it's just like the forces are insane and extreme in every single direction. It's not like that. It's very palatable, you know, very palatable. Absolutely not the most intense ride in the park, even though it's the biggest. So sick. After Mako, went over to Kraken, dude. The B&M Floorless. Last time I remember this being like my favorite B&M Floorless I've ever done, so I'm excited to do it again. Let's go, dude. I got a second to back row. It was pretty much a station wait, which was dope. One train again, but like it wasn't that crowded, so it didn't really matter. I love Kraken. It's fucking awesome. Back row, straight drop, let's go. Airtime, dude. Airtime City. Big ass vertical loop, yes. Awesome. Floating out of your seat in the top, very good. Yank. Back row. Dive loop, yank. Zero G roll, washing machine shit, amazing. Cobra roll, very forceful and fun. Up into the mid-course, another vertical loop. I love the B&M coasters that have a second vertical loop, dude. Underrated inversion, in my opinion. The vertical loop is goated. Dude, you rise up, right? You can go down to the Kraken tunnel, and then this corkscrew, this last corkscrew on Kraken, in the back row, it's insane. You're yanked through that shit. It almost feels like one of the corkscrews on like Manta or like any B&M, like Flight Deck, like B&M Invert or something like that. Like forceful, whippy ass corkscrew, awesome, and it's so cool, like bursting out of the tunnel into that. And you rise up into the brake run, and that was Kraken. I mean, it is just like another B&M Floorless with like all the B&M elements, but the way it's spaced out, like the straight drop kicks ass, and like the zero G roll is sick, dude. And like the second vertical loop, like the second half of Kraken, I think is my favorite part of the ride. Also, like it's older, like it's from the 90s, and it was shaky, but it wasn't rough. Like Hulk is more rough than Kraken. Like the retract Hulk is more rough than Kraken. Like I didn't bang my head once on Kraken, even though even in this video you can kind of see the seats kind of jostling and stuff. Like I never really felt that anything bad on Kraken. Like I absolutely could have rewritten it again. Fucking sick, dude. Kraken's dope. I like the colors too. I know. Okay, the old colors are pretty probably better. Old colors are probably better, but I also really like the new colors. And like the entrance, the sign entrance is so cool. Kraken's sick, man. What a awesome coaster. I hope they don't get rid of it. VR on that ride would have been crazy. That would have been crazy shit. See, I get off my ride on Kraken and I'm walking down the ramp. This white man comes up to me and he's just like, damn, that sucked. That ride sucks. I just looked at him and said, shut up, Kraken. After that, I met up with Aaron and we saw the little sharks and they were so cool, dude. Sharks are crazy. They're like aliens. Okay, sea life in general, like it's aliens down there. It's terrifying and insane and very cool. After that, we pretty much had time for one more ride. So it's time for Manta, the B&M Flyer, dude. Let's go. Like I said last time, dude, this like broke my girlfriend's brain. And I loved it last time. Like I remember getting off thinking and I enjoyed it much more than Tatsu. So we're gonna see what it was like, dude. Manta's queue is awesome. It's all dark and but it's lit up by the water and the fish and the manta rays. I like too when you're in the station and you like go into the flying position and in like the sound effect, it's like charging up when you go up into it. I thought that was cool. That was fun. Up the lift hill, pretty chill drop, you know, nothing crazy. Pretzel loop. Pretzel loop is fucked. The pretzel loop is so fucked. Tatsu's is more fucked, but like the pretzel loop on Manta is still very fucked. It feels like your entire head is gonna explode when you're down there the whole time during the pretzel loop. Like, have you ever seen that movie Scanners? Like that. That's what it's like on Manta's pretzel loop. Dude, it's crazy. And like the inversions are super fun. Flying over the water fountain and like the water splash in the ground, it feels like you're gonna crash into the ground, into the water. It's unbelievable. And like the trees, it's scary. It feels like you're flying at 1 million miles an hour, but in the best way. I still prefer Manta to Tatsu. I prefer the like face scraping shit over the like big swoopy stuff high off the ground. I understand why someone would like Tatsu more, but I think I prefer it. I prefer Manta more just for what it does. Like you're like closer to the ground, and that feeling of flying and you're that close to the ground is crazy to me. And last time the water cannons weren't on, but they were on this time, so I got to experience the iconic shot. You know what I mean? Yeah, Manta kicks ass. I think Manta is more intense than Mako. At least for me, like that pretzel loop and like some of the shit you're doing on Manta is bonkers. Mako is like graceful as hell and fun, but like Manta is like trying to fuck you up, dude. Very cool. Loved it. I don't know. Just those inversions, I don't know, they hit different. There's someone just like flying, like, oh, I'm on my back now. And then you're swooping towards the ground. And like, yeah, I don't know. There's something about it. It's so much fun. We got some cool little duels here with Penguin Trek too. Manta didn't break Erin's brain quite like it did last time, but she had her fair share of fun this time.
That pretzel loop thing just keeps your air.
I couldn't breathe. You can't breathe during it.
Pretzel! Shit! Oh my god!
Yeah, got off Manta. That was it for us, dude. Hopped in the car, went to the airport, and flew home. We landed and I got this amazing adobada torta. Torta de adobada. Damn, it's good to be home. Yeah, that was our tiny little day at SeaWorld Orlando. That's the end of our trip, end of our Orlando trip. I definitely wish I could have done more at SeaWorld Orlando, but it was funny. Aaron and I, when we were there, were like, this place is cool. Like, we need to spend a full day there because we haven't spent a full day there before. It's always been like just quick, you know, get in and out. So I gotta do that. I gotta do that next time. Spend a full day there. Yeah, man, what a great trip. What a great day. Amazing. Operations. Not very good. Mako was on one train. Kraken was on one train. Manta was using 2 trains, but 1 station. So, you know, not great, but also like the park wasn't very crowded, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't wait more than, we probably waited like 20 minutes for Manta, which is fine. It's like January, like mid to late January in a park that's open year round. It's like, I get it. You gotta like, have an off season, you know, like have an off season and stay open at the same time. So yeah, vibe of the park, it was fine. You know, it was chill. Like it was cool. I saw this cute couple like dancing in front of me. That was cool. Everything was clean and very well presented. Yeah, overall it's good. I don't know, I was only there for a couple hours, so yeah. Rides for the day. Got 2 on Mako, 1 on Kraken, and 1 on Manta. Park rankings. Number 3, got Kraken, the B&M floorless. It's so fun, dude. I love that final corkscrew. The loop and the final corkscrew, sick. Straight drop, so sick. 2, got Manta, the B&M flyer. Definitely my favorite B&M flyer. It has like the high above the ground moments in the first half and the low to the ground moments in the second half, and it's fun. I don't know, it's just really fun. It's like it's super intense, but like, yeah, fucking sick. Manta's dope. Number 1, it's Mako. It's got to be Mako, dude. The B&M Hyper. Yes, those 2 rides I had on Mako were unbelievable. They blew me away. So sick. There we go. We did it. Tiny little day at SeaWorld Orlando. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in and watching the video and hanging out. You know what's crazy is I actually might be riding a clone of Manta this summer. I love you. Goodbye.
Yo! Woohoo! Oh man! Yo! Woo!